Good evening, well at least here it's evening. So, first before I start off, I'm going to have to... Oh, damn cat. I'm going to have to give the disclaimer that, for the next following weeks, there are not going to be much streams. Next week, the first half of the week, I'll probably stream. I will try to, finish Pokemon Crystal Clear then. But the second half of the week, my time will be, well, sufficiently be diverted from streaming and playing games. So that's going to be problematic. And then, in about a month or something, well, it's not going to be a secret, World of Warcraft Classic is going to release then, so at that point I'm going to play a lot of that. I'm not going to lie. So regular streams will probably not be happening anymore, but I will stream me playing that at least. I won't upload it to YouTube, because I don't think that would be very entertaining to watch. Well, at least I got that feeling. But I will be streaming it at least, well, as much as I can really. So that might be days full of streaming. Other than that, yeah, I think that's everything. And, well, a while after that we'll probably resume to streaming games at, well, I would say regular, but it's more irregular intervals, because I don't really have much of a schedule. But yeah, I do hope to finish Pokemon Crystal Clear either next week, or if not, in 2-3 weeks, I hope. Let's not get too distracted too much. But yeah, it's going to be a busy time the next coming months. But yeah, here we go. Here we go is what I say the moment that people start popping up and talking to me on other channels. Oh, well, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So, is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or am I missing someone? Yeah, Toko is not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of class trial this time. Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Oh dear. And just like that, and just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. Phew, so now everyone is here, right? Okay then, let's all onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there. No mercy. So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Now, do I have to talk to all of them? Oh dear. I gave you plenty to work with. Show you how far your logic can take you. Fucking Toko. Man, what's got us so worked up? There's something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. Nah. Oh, she isn't very talkative. Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. You're such an otaku. Shall we begin? Are you ready? We doing this? I don't know why the killer did what it did, but I'm sure it will work itself out, just as always prevails. Right, bro? I will uncover the villain who performs such heinous acts on a weaker individual. That's everyone, right? Yes, that's everyone. Well, I guess I don't have to talk with him. We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Yes. And give a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, I couldn't stop speculating. So, this might end up being a pretty long one, because the last trail was also decently long, I remember. I think it was 2 hours or something, so yeah, this might take a while too. The steel box sank with heavy clanking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was infected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, good. You're rip round go. I gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. Okay then, let's get this show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Oh. I could have just ended up dead then, I guess, last time. Oh well. What's this then? Don't seem to have anything, so... It increases damage to the opponent when the statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Costs 3 SP. Well, might as well use it, I guess. I'm not sure if I have to do anything with these. I seem to have found everything. I wonder if you can actually miss any of these 16 things. Trial all arise. Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial, so your votes will determine the results. If you can't figure out who done it, then not only they will receive punishment, but if you pick the wrong one, actually hold on here for a moment. Oh, I can't completely turn it off. That's kinda annoying. But if you pick the wrong one, then we'll punish everyone besides the Blackens, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay then, so first off, let's talk about the murder weapon. First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Well, I mean, that was a dumbbell. It's pretty obvious unless you're throwing a curveball, hell. Chihiro's fatal injury. Oh, you're right, this aiming is so weird. Right. Ow. Well, I was pretty sure that the blunt weapon was the dumbbell, but I guess we'll just watch the entire scene first. What kind of mental instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe. Well, that's probably the one we have to object to. It certainly won't make it a powerful weapon. Poor Chihiro. Yeah, that's the one we need to look for. The iron pipe. But yeah, this aiming is weird since the cursor slowly drifts away. That's really annoying. Hold on, I'm being messaged again. Can we agree that the object was dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury. And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there was no mistake and no room for doubt about this one. You looked at her head wound? Yeah, that's so creepy. If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to the discussion of the culprit. Although I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear. What? For real? Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial... Why do I keep mispronouncing serial? The fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added. Oh. Yes, sure. For this debate, while lines of white nose will appear to disrupt your reactions. Okay. Alright. Oh, but if you action is difficult to set the chance the white noise won't appear at all. Well, I think we're all normal, so they should appear. Okay, so we're going to make the dodgy aiming even more dodgy. Great. Culprit is Genocide Jack. Case coast, if I'm concerned. But that's impossible. What makes it impossible? So I guess the purple stuff is the thing we need to miss. Hey, so speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know what it is. Oh, you idiot. Hello there, Andes. Oh, hold on. Whoops. Oh, I must have my windows badly now. So I think we need to, what Byakuya said? Oh wait, no, someone said for the proof. So we need to... What makes it impossible? Well, this moment was it? Oh crap, I missed. Well, that's the moment you have to click, but the silencer didn't really seem to do much now, did it? Okay, so you just have to shoot on those with right mouse button, okay. It's so tempting to say objection every time you do that. I might know one reason he could be involved. What? I found this file while I was looking over our archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about Genocide Jack cases. What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library? The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about it for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder. Oh, that's right. Boopless. No, it's actually bloodless. But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public. Never made public? What the hell is it? Why don't you tell them, Makoto? Oh. The way the character was positioned. The victim was positioned, as you say. Apparently in every genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department. However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. That she was. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack. And no fucking way. I'm saying Genocide Jack is one of us. Yes, in fact, it's Toko. Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa. You lie! What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko is like a blood phobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood? Really, why am I having so much trouble with pronouncing the word serial killer? Jesus. Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no. Another riddle. Man, why is it gotta be so complicated? A riddle for sure, but I feel I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not to be Toko. The answer is that she's just not one person, but multiple people, right? Oh god, this again. How did we do this again? What the hell? I don't remember this at all. Schizo? Is it really written that way? Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality? Also, for a brief second I forgot how that thing worked. So I wasn't sure what to do anymore. Huh? I think I read somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have been, what did they call it, dissociative identity disorder. Okay, but still, the comment stated about Miss Fukawa is perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality is her behavior changes. I mean, even her character arc completely changed, so it's rather obvious. We're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right? That's right, think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then when she woke up... That tongue though. I'm fine, I'm fine. Wow, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world is the front and the back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared. Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission. Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can. So when Toko trapped herself in a room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack. That's shivering though. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. The reason she locked herself in her room was to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out. What? Toko was afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her, of killing even more people. How? Yeah, how can you know all of this? I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No, what she meant to know is, how could you tell them? Huh? Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that repetition is what caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Togo? Ah? This is all a lie. Right, Togo. You said you wouldn't tell anyone. What? You promised. I can't believe you lied. You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. Byakuya is such a bitch. This is the real world and not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Gah! Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise, I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have ever control ever again. Whoops. You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. She really is hopelessly in love with Byakuya, isn't she? Poor girl. That's the only reason I promised. How many times do I have to tell you I never said that? But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you? I tried. I swear, I tried to control it, but your efforts were useless. What a disappointment. I hate you. Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear it from the person in question directly. The person? You don't mean? Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh god, that face! Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack, or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill. What the fuck is this? Toko, what happened to you? I'm not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults. God, those expressions of hers still definitely changed. She's so intense. Like they say, sound a murderous mind, sound a murderous body. This one is so different from the one we've come to know. Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun. Yeah, ha ha ha. These laughs, Jesus. This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane. Miss Jill, can I ask you a question? What's up? Some of us think that you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I'll tell you, I'm the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding. Then, it's not true. Of course it's not true. How dare you to try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and the government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town. Sure, I am a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? I live to live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again. Yeah, This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there could be no doubt. A motive? Remember what Monokuma told us. If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly forever been ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of her exposed. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit, I'm not the culprit. Huh? But I can't imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth. Do you really expect any of us to believe you? Yeah, I could never believe in what you say, you monster. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Well, judging from the case file we saw last time, all of her victims were male. Status of... oh, whoops. Oh. Well, my bad. What, did you say something funny? No. I messed that one up badly. I didn't kill anyone. Oh no, it's because he always kills people with scissors and sharp things by stabbing, not by blunt objects. That's what we need to look for. The modus operandi matches completely. No, it doesn't. I think it's that one we need to interrupt then. That face of hers, Jesus. Okay, so it was the 6th scene, I think? Whenever Byakuya says modus operandi. That's the one I need to interrupt. I really hate his aiming, it's so loose. And the thing wanders. Oh crap, I missed... Ah, I missed the one because of that text coming in front of it. Well, let's wait for the next one. I think there was some way to fast forward, but let's not. Also, there was some sort of focus, wasn't there? Holding the space key, right. I remember that being a thing, but I didn't remember which button it was. There we go. Objection. Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there was a slight difference between the genocide Jack cases and this one. How is it any different? Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you. I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. You're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. Wouldn't you mean the spaghetti in this place because it's Italian and not all noodles? But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like that Italian restaurants started using ragu or chef poiré. This is no creation of mine. Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the genocide Jack cases and this one. Well, it's obvious. They were stabbed by scissors. For one, the cause of death is different. In the genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right? Ah yes, that's remarkably different from the other murders. Wouldn't it be a bit strange for someone who kills the same way without a fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more, one more conflicting deal. That's right, in my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is a tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce. Jesus. Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, you're saying there's another difference that had to be somewhere where the body was arranged. That's right. What? The second difference is how she was suspended. Step to their hands. She was strung up to cable cord? Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists. And what is your point? Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. The scissors, yeah. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors. And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong. Big Mac? Big Mac, are you referring to me? Listen to Big Mac, there's actually one more difference. Huh? My word, you really didn't notice. Take a look at who were the victims in each Genocide Jack case. Yeah, I called it. All the victims were male. There's a pattern there, just to be waiting to be discovered. A pattern. Figured it out, and it will be plain as stuff why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl. Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what else do you notice this? Well, yes. That doesn't have to do with the names, that's just obviously from the pictures we saw. Is it because Chihiro's a girl? Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money! What are you talking about? In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common. Hold on again for a moment. Kenharada, Tetsuro, Honda, yeah, all those names. I'm not going to read all those names and butcher them horribly again. But they were all guys. That's right, the people I kill with such a passion and conviction are all adorable little men. I can't believe I said it, I'm so embarrassed. What the hell is wrong with you? I can't help it. I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. Oh boy, she's for Josie. Should have seen that coming, really. But now I am on the fast track becoming a full-fledged fan madame. So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her? Wouldn't Italian chefs suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only. We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy, but that's not all there is to it. This is a different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive. Quiet, lowly cur. Lowly cur? Oh, she's putting Byakuya in place, I like it. Good, that guy needs some. I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It made me the obvious suspect. That does make some amount of sense. Oh, it does really. Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. I would go out of their way to use a big stupid heavy dumbbell. Why are people bothering me when I'm streaming? Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the store. Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors, I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors. Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school. Are you sure about that? Oh. Ta-da! Oh dear. She's fully equipped. That's right, so we can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway. Nah. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent? But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that. Yeah, that's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever. Actually, hold on, there is one person. The person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Well, yeah, that's Byakuya, because he knew everything. There he is. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you? Are you saying Mr. Yagami did it? Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her. So he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Ah, I'm on fire. Well, Byakuya, what's your response? I see, so the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer. Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. Was it now? Hold on, I need to drink. And the locker rooms. They're suspicious, very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy, I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl, hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room. Nothing strange about that, I say. On the contrary, there is something very strange. Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share it with the rest of the class. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. Was there now? Next we're going to add something called a true flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. Smaller phrase can only be shot as... Okay, I can see it. However, you can use the flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or a contradiction loaded through bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot. When the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? If you don't use flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Okay. How did they say I did it again? Okay. Wait, before we found a body. That's acting weird, how? You're presented to the opportunity to check out the girl. You'd absolutely take it. You would say that, you pervert. That's a natural reaction for any guy. The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I suggest you check out the girls' locker room first. What's so strange about that? I should take me with you. Right, you didn't know it was Chihiro before we went to check the locker rooms. That makes sense. People, please stop talking to me at this point. Okay, so it was someone in the end. Okay, so control left is letting me skip. Before we found a body? I guess it's that part then? Let's... Oh. Whoops. Is it this part? No, it isn't. Am I missing this one badly? Maybe the white part, because he says that. Hold on, what am I missing here? If you target a weak spot and then hold down the left mouse button, you can use that weak spot as temporary. I'm confused now. I'm really confused. The yellow parts are the weak spots. Okay, I got it. So we fire this at the Chihiro part then. Ow. That's not good. I messed that up. Okay, so we have this. Victim is Chihiro. Oh wait. No. I need to copy that first part. What am I supposed to fire it at? Before we found a body, we didn't know it was in the girls' locker room. Maybe we should... I don't... Okay, so we do fire at that. Oh jeez, this is confusing me. It's like, we have this one feature in the game and we add like 5 mechanics to it. I tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we just actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. I mean, it's really annoying because you know what you want to point out, but the mechanics have to cooperate in order for you to actually get it right. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up. I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting, very interesting indeed, but your reasoning is still too weak. Huh? What's wrong is that? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us. What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him. What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more of it. There is. I think. There is more to it. Think about it. We just talk about the difference between this case and the past genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there. Oh, the proof that I'm the culprit, you mean? The differences between this case and... okay. What do you want me to find out now then? Library desk lamp. Oh, wait a minute, because it was strung up with a power cord. I get it. This shouldn't be too hard. Well, let's first view the entire wheel. That's right, it absolutely was. Very fishy about that rope. Where'd you get it from, huh? I've never seen that rope. Okay, so I think that's the one we are going for. If it's not, then I'm out of points and I'm probably dead. So let's fast forward a bit, because I know where it's coming up. Yes, I guessed it correctly. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because you see that rope, or should I say, that extension cord. What? An extension cord? Byakuya, you've used extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time, but missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact. Then Byakuya must have been the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility. Don't make sense. Let's read what you think. Then in conclusion is something like this. I killed Chihiro in the girl's locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. Intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is it about right? Well, you're missing the fact that he couldn't even enter the girl's locker room if that was the case. Because he doesn't... Oh wait, maybe he could have taken Junko's from the entrance? He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved? What's wrong? I asked if you think that was what happened. Well yeah, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya is the killer. I don't disagree with not disagreeing. He kept calling this a game, right? So they're totally willing to do something like this to win. Sorry, but could we just hold a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more. Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it. I know, but still. There's something that's still bothering me. Is that right? And what, pray tell, is bothering you? I killed her in the girl's locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. But what all about that bothers you? Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girl's locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. This one. Because the carpet and the poster were stained and obviously out of place. You say you killed Chihiro in the girl's locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else? How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in a world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girl's locker room, there is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else? Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried out later. Along with the rest of the murder scene. The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that. I believe I do. Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya would have been so confident up until now. Maybe Byakuya never realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else. Hey! Don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else? Come on, Makoto. Is there any chance the murder took place somewhere else? Let's see the proof. Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. Something switched. Oh. Well, the poster. The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room. Your proof is some posters? The poster in the girl's locker room was A picture of a big-boobed supermodel, but don't you think it's kind of strange? Why would a girls' locker room have a poster like that? That's very true. I bet those massive jokes of her were totally fake. Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of a super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in the boys' locker room. So, you're saying that maybe the posters were switched. And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura? You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you? Protein coffee? When I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away. No, not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. I keep pressing the wrong button for that one. The stain on the girls' locker room wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet. That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee. So, did they just show a picture of it or something? Because she hasn't been in there, so how could she know that it looks the same? Then it doesn't mean the carpets were switched too. But why would anyone do that? To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other, it's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? Getting so thirsty from all this talking. In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and the carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place. I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that? Huh. Why would he go through all of the trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, even a bigger question, if the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get in the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her to access the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with. No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was. I hardly doubt that. Shut up, I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Well, yes, by the handbooks of the deceased. Is this really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Ah, I've got it. She must have hacked her e-handbook. No. She was the ultimate programmer after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall. Huh? What thing? I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. That's why I used to have to use this. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room with no problem. That's the scene where I have to use it, because Leon's thing was broken. So that was somewhere on the bottom of the next row? I think it was this one. Oh, no, next one. Counter. I'm really tempted to say objection every time I say that. It's basically that. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook. Why not? Because Leon's handbook was broken. Whoops. Oh, well then, yeah, I guess it would be pretty impossible, right? Oh, gosh, I'm getting hiccups. That's not a good timing for this. I'm struck silent about how quickly you gave up. Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook? Actually, the rules state that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want and you'd be safe. Yep. Hit the nail square on the noggin. Of course, if it were broken, that would make any sense anyway. So then, she must have used her hacker skills like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and... You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring. So if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook, Maybe Mr. Nagi's initial assumption is just wrong. It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room, so I guess so. Okay, then I vote for Byakuya. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya is the one who did it. Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do. Hold on a second. I agree with you, though I think you're on the right track. What the? You finally decide to open your mouth, and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could have gone into the boys' locker room, right? So, why are you so she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access. What? What are you talking about? What other way is there? Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something. Wait. Just what do you think you're doing? Don't worry, this will make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you. Huh? It makes things more exciting? Well, alright then. I'll declare an official class trial recess. Huh? For real? Now then, what is it that you want to show us? It better not be boring, or I'll be very unhappy. Oh, I have no doubt it will meet your lofty expectations, so shall we go? Oh dear. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial was put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where Shizuko's was the murder scene. The girls' locker room. We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy? I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. You want to check it again? Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time. Examine her carefully, like using your hands? No way. It's probably the best if I don't run my hands all over at that girl's body. It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know. Very well, I'll do it. But you are a girl, you shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it. No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would have rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me. Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around. Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse intrusion. Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine the body. Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery. Her entire body? I know what you say, but... What is this? What does this mean? Ah! What is it? Not possible. It's not possible. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled. This girl is... What is it? It's a boy! Ah, I see. So she was actually he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What? You're joking, right? I wouldn't joke about this. Then it's really true. Otokoda. Chihiro was a guy? What? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy. Then, he was a cross-dresser? Now we're really on fire. I wish I had killed him. So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. It's a trap. I apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. You've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there. Yes, well, I don't know his reasoning for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought that never even crossed my mind. And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room. Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true. Of course his handbook said he was a boy, he He dressed like a girl, but was a boy through and through. So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And then the killer could have easily used Saika or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room. So, Chihiro was really killed in the boys' locker room. I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible. Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off, there was a certain incongruity to his female body. This is the most titillation situation. So now everything has been connected, all the mysteries have finally become clear. Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever, we still think you're the killer, remember? Very interesting, this has become very interesting indeed. He's off in his own little world. What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya is the killer? Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all. What? But if we aren't the one who accused him in the first place. He just seems to be too easygoing about all this, like he's enjoying and solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes him seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him. And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him? Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too, how do I put it, overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you. So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being. Mark it as correct? He's right, I'm not the culprit. I just happened to come across a corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it. Are you fucking with us now? No, I'm not. I'm not effing with you right now, I'm telling you the truth. Well, I find it very hard to believe. Go ahead and find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us. If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body? My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, would you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it? Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more. We still are going to keep going. We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it. No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here. That's true. Very well then, I'm with you too. Damn straight, count me in. Do you not have a mind of your own? Of course I do. What am I? Am I an ant or something? Anyway, let's discuss this as a group one more time. We still have time to make a decision. That's very true. Our lives are on the line. Excellent, then shall we resume our game of hide and seek? But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means, well, it's a guy. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Ah, all this talking is making my jaw hurt. Hold on, let's get a more drink here. Of all these rolls, there's a single clue. Well, clues are one thing, but what the hell? Nobody did get a look at the killer. If someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now. Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point, even that might be enough for now. No, Celeste did. All we need right now is any kind of new info. It's over, it's all over. You wanna know we saw the victim? The killer, and only the killer. And it's not like they're just going to turn in themselves. Game over, man. Game over. No, not game over. So I think I have to interrupt the second one. Either this one or the last one. Let's go with the last one first. It was the correct one. Celeste saw Chihiro before, I believe someone else had seen the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste? Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him. Really? Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That's why you're all making such ugly noises. Whatever, just hurry up and tell us. It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. More people talking to me. Why? I saw her stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assume he headed off to exercise. Is this a canvas duffel bag or is this a nylon duffel bag? Sorry, I had to. A track jacket and a duffel bag, but we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene. It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence. And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd. Well, I'd better get going, I'm kind of in a hurry. Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think. So Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together. But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined. Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right? Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Even though that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed. Isn't that just a marvelous friendship? The point is, whoever met up with the culprit, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was. But knowing what we know, I can't even guess. No, you already have what you need to make the connection. Huh? You know who the killer is. Seriously? Who is it? Who is the killer? Think back to the track jacket and the duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items and it should become obvious who was waiting for him. Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure it out based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have? What, you want to track down some fingerprints or something? Even if they had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it. As was noted, the evidence is already gone, there is nothing left nothing to get fingerprints from. Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just make the time to talk it out. Yeah. Too much talking, yeah. Easy for you to say. But fine, Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or the jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special. Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket? Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took. This Chihiro's track jacket really holds some clue about the killer. Anyway, somehow it's really hard to believe. What's with the tracksuit? It was blue, I think. First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to get exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose a specific tracksuit that he did? What do you mean by the specific tracksuit? I got it, he picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing. Well, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing a blue tracksuit. How do you know that? My black tracksuit is black. I don't even have a tracksuit. Mondo slipped up there. Because he shouldn't know which color it is. I have a white tracksuit. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know. Yeah, it's really obvious. Mondo knows it. Mondo is the culprit. I think it was around here. You aren't supposed to know it's blue. That makes you very suspicious there. So Mondo killed him? Her? It's... Hold on a second. Mondo, what did you just say? Huh? What'd I say? When Celeste testified a few moments, he said... I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assume he had it after exercise. Yeah, no collar. She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit? What are you... You just... Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit? As a matter of fact, it was blue. And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that? The only one that told about any of this was you. Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was? Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation. No, that can't be. The bag and the clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation. Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw a cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility. Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you? Just by chance, I happened to see it last night. He walked past me and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands. No, that can't be either. According to Celeste's testimony, it was in a bag. He stuffed the jacket into a bag and was in a hurry, yeah. And just like that, she was gone. When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of it to make sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly see what the color of the tracksuit was. It would appear you've dug your own grave. Perhaps, but you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with. What a bunch of nonsense. Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put it on edge. That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had suspicions about him from the very beginning. But why? What made you so suspicious? That's a good question. The way he was acting? But you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only... Oh, right! Yes. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked it up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't. You noticed such a tiny detail? Are you a witch? She's a witch. You're possibly frightful. No, I'm not a frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend. Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro? I didn't kill anyone. You would have been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal? Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation. It's true, my reasoning on this is pretty shaky. That was fast. Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we're out of leads. Hehehe, my time has finally come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me. Oh yeah, that reminds me, Fumi. Aren't you telling that you found some evidence? Really? What kind of evidence? Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it there calmly, it might not be all that relevant. Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us. If you really insist, then. Here it is. What do you have there? It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it lying on the ground, so I scooped it up. You find it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... Mondo's? It belongs to Mondo, doesn't it? Huh? But I have mine. Oh. Well, it was Chihiro's then. Well, it sure as hell isn't mine, because we know that. We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right? for a fact. For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it. Didn't mishold some clue about the culprit, right? Well, that's just what I was hoping, but it's busted. It won't even turn on. I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder. That's odd. Didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile. You're right, they're not. And they're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one. And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, it's a remarkably high failure rate. Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in that somehow? How precisely did the handbooks get broken? How did the handbook break? I think it's weak point. You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you? You remember that? Sure, maybe I let it slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was. But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what a weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it? Huh? You're asking me? I think it's a necessary piece of information if we want this to be a fair trail. But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would not be very, that would be very not good. Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our handbooks? Oh well. I have a weakness for pushy demands, but you sure you want to follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break. I flippin' knew it. You knew it? Yes, because I found the handbook lying on the floor of the sauna. Oh. Oh, I get it now. It's because Taka and Mondo were in that sauna fight a while ago, and Mondo was there sitting in all of his clothes. Taka, however, was sitting there naked, so his handbook did not get destroyed, but Mondo's did. And because of that, Mondo knew how to get rid of it. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how it don't get burned, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow directly pressed directly onto your skin, you definitely get fried. The layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel burning when you move around. So when you're in the sauna, make sure to keep nice and still. Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today. It's a mere trifling speck of knowledge. Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it. Meaning the culprit someone knew its weakness. But how did they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right? Indeed, quite a mystery. What if they found out by accident? What do you mean, by accident? What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna not knowing its weakness and it broke? They realized it was broken, of course. And it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it. I wouldn't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know if anyone would took their handbook into the sauna. I might know someone who did. Seriously? My jaw really hurts from all this talking. What am I doing wrong? I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was... It was... well, yes, Mondo. Back in that sauna episode. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it? What? Why do you keep accusing him? Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? That scene again. And for the contest, Mondo just happened to keep his school uniform on. Sorry, I can't take that towel on his pompadour seriously. It's just so over the top. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it. No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. You'd never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but if I find something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt, well, it's a handbook. Are we really going to have a game for that? Eh. Oh dear, 3 of them. This doesn't go to the assertion. Maybe if I say something Mondo. If this monster are actually broken, then it proves that the code set is right. It works just fine. See? Look. Yeah, we have to interrupt that. Mondo would never hurt a fly. Well, I mean, he's a delinquent, so he probably would. So, it's around... I wonder how much longer is this going to go. Well done, Mondo. Show us your handbook. Well, no, the handbook you have for now. Is it really yours? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours? What the heck are you talking about? What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. I didn't even think of that. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook should have never broken. That's right, the punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it. So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's. Which would mean the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, right? But doesn't that violate the school regulation that learning out your handbook is prohibited? No, he took it. Well, here's how I look at it. There's a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a grey area, I admit, but no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I'd agree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules. Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but... Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell me it's wrong. You're wrong, you have to be wrong. Everything you said is wrong, you just made it all up. Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time from the beginning? That way everything will become clear and we'll all see if I was right or wrong. Jesus. No. Okay, let's go to the beginning. How are we supposed to know what to begin with? Oh, of course. It's in Japanese order, not in English order. Duh. I'm not really paying attention here. Hang on, so he meets with Mondo. This one, I think? I can't read who's on that, so I think it's that one. No, wait, it's 2 frames in a row, that's the same, that can't be it. He saw it then and he changed all the things. Well, he's already holding it here. There's the girls' locker room. I mean, this one is the sauna, and this one is this over here. It's obvious. Maybe this one is here? I think. I mean, if it's not correct, then we'll see it in the end. No. Let's go with this order, I guess. First, let's take a look back before the incident. That's slam. Last night Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Okay, so far so good. Simply because she was a he. Which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met with was the one who killed him. So far so good. It seems likely that the killer grabbed a nearby dumbbell, approached unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. Yeah, that was a correct guess then, at least. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and the carpeting in the boys' room come from. It was likely in the heat of the moment the body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Okay, that one is wrong. Like this? What's in that spot? Let's remove everything. Yeah, it doesn't show it here. Carpet and stuff is already mixed. So this one is not here either. This one, however, was. Okay. No, he would do it afterwards. What if we took off the posters first? Brought the body to the girl's room. Put the poster and him back up there. What's in this one then? Yes. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act, first pulling up the blood-stained carpet, then removing the bloody poster. Yes, I think I got it then. And finally carrying the corpse into the girl's locker room. The girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. Is this one wrong? Using one of those, a boy could get into the girl's look. Oh, it is correct, okay. I was thinking that I should have put the door in there. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left us a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, already having disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There he planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason he knew that because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada? Wait, no, this can't be right. Where is your evidence? Yeah, where is your evidence? You need evidence, you need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him. Evidence that Mondo was the killer, that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear. Oh no, not more. Fever time and Naga time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, Fever time will activate and the temple will be focused to its max. At this point, even if you press the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push right mouse, left mouse, right, wherever you want to destroy the opponent's verbal results. But it's only lasts until your focus card runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Naga time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Naga time during the bullet time battle event, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever time at this point, no, never mind, I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Naga time. Well then, good luck and have fun. So it's that thingy again. I forgot its name. That background though. Okay, so I managed to even go through that. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to the health bars on top. If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced this broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we don't gotta do that. Huh. Yeah. I did it. I killed him. Oh, he just confesses outright. Coins. Bro, what are you saying? I got no choice, man. After reading all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict. Roger that. Wait, hold on. No waiting and no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Well, I mean, I think it's obvious. So, fun fact, last time I got this execution scene, I got flagged for content warning. Or well, not exactly a content warning, but they will demand funds on that and profit. Not like my channel is making any profit at the moment, but yeah. Well, it's for YouTube, that means, not for Twitch itself. But yeah, that was weird. Every execution scene and intro seems to be just copyright ID'd or something like that, so whatever company is just getting profit on it. Nothing we can do about. Anyway, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not anonymous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There was no way he would kill someone. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it? Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf. The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. He was so weak, even though he was a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. But now, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken deep root inside of him, and it was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Weak. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy. and it was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter what the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet... sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger. Now is my chance. I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be his first and only chance he would get at it. When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask someone for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and ask them to help him from here. And the person he went to was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his many promises were. So Chihiro probably figured out that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep his secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his inspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support he would be able to become close to that. So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. He did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that a cover-up what he done? That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how would moving the body keep a secret? Because as everyone knew he had been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... He tried to protect Chihiro's secrets by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all of that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know. So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing secrets exposed. That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something you didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone. It's impossible. How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, you obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble, but the only reason he had a chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owala. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Yeah. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and this number two, the younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, His broad greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over from Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands, Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of all the members of the gang. Which is why I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, his brother saved him. That's tragic. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. "My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry." Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. "Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team, you and me, put together. It's a promise between men." He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to everyone that his own weakness had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That's what became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong, and yet... As soon as the killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, hateful Monokuma announced a revealing of embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on the secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why. Mondo. Oh dear. After a while I saw Monokuma had on me. My head filled up in a kind of fuzzy uneasiness, and I started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me his secret. Seriously? Jesus. Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all of this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you've kept it secret all this time, right? If anyone would find out, you would... You're right, but... I want to change. I wrap myself in lies, I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us. So what? You're saying I should just say it? You're saying that if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never have. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me. You're making fun of me. I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now? I'm not making fun of you. You're really strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. So he snapped. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything? What's wrong? Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I really admire you. I admire your strength. That's right, I am strong. Strong, I'm strong. Stronger than you. And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, I was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey, I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back. Mundo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like this, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see. You're just all like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. After he killed another living human in cold blood. I believe my voice is starting to crack. Yeah, all this talking. We should be almost done, I think. He couldn't get free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again, I dare you. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. It's what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing? You mean execution? That's what I promised you, right? And the blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished. Hold on. Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment for Mondo Owata, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait. Let's give it everything we got. It's punishment time. I said wait. Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made from one man to another. Ultimate bromance here. But yeah, for some reason this is getting copyright claimed, so... I mean, I might as well talk, but... I also don't want to interrupt what's happening. So it's going to be a car crash or something? What's that? The Cage of Death. That's a fancy motorbike, yes. Oh. It's going to get spun to death. Well, that's an interesting... Oh. What's happening in there? So he just got spun to death or something? Wait, but he's gone? Okay. I guess that's something. He got spun into butter? Ew. Love and death, and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's life is taken slightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Well, someone's letting it happen, alright? The saga that screams invaded our skulls, we were forced to realize once again. But he, of course, had to. What a disappointment. Is this the end of the game? Byakuya, You're completely insane, you know that. A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that? But of course I do. Because this game is the life of dead. I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that I just don't understand why. Why do you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless. Like the voice of death, it chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual. So he ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it. Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning? Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time having to answer the reveal being right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all of that to liven things up. So after hearing about genocide check from Toko, you decided to use that to recreate the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if he hadn't figured out what really done it, he would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have been revealed the truth before it reached that point, but of course. Byakuya turned and looked at me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for. So that was your reason. Are you satisfied? Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on. There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma. Oh, I'm up next. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this is punishment, this is despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end I'm going to stand alone as victor, and everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship. Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand? In the name of the Takami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion. Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. It sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fears and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future of us. Ugh. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Oh, behind the scenes? Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things get moving, it will be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group and you couldn't play your plan. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see. There's one thing I'd like to ask to you. As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away! Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean. Ah! My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said I could ask me anything, but... Oh, my phone is ringing. Why now of all times? I'll call back in a moment. I think we're almost done anyway. Super tonight, ultra tonight, demonic tonight, because you see, it's my ace in the hole. And nobody be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends. Okay, so Muracom has someone on the inside. Someone of the students is a traitor. The plot thickens. To be continued. Got an item. You received a crazy diamond present. Well, looks good. And well, that's a nice point to stop that for today. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point to leave it at for today. Yes, it's safe there. That's good. Let's go back to the main menu. Yes, that was indeed quite a long one. My mouth hurts from all the talking. I think my voice cracked somewhere midway through the end as well. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, if you've been watching, thanks for watching, and we will continue at some point, as I said at the beginning of this stream. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye!